Speaker, sir, for giving me an opportunity to also come and support this particular motion. And I'm wondering whether I would pick up from where Senator Mungatana left on the very good elaboration that he was giving about mangoes. And I don't know whether Senator Mungatana, you actually appreciate the fact that even though potatoes are not grown in Nyandarua alone, we are the largest producer of potatoes in Nyandarua. And sadly, occasionally, in seasons that we are harvesting potatoes, like this season, 120 kilograms of potatoes sometimes retail at 1,200. And when you come to Nairobi here, you are buying one plate of chips at not less than 500 shillings. And you can imagine the number of plates that would come from 120 kgs sack, Honorable Speaker. And then this then is the pain of the farmer. And Mr. Speaker, I'm very encouraged. And I want to congratulate and laud the Agriculture Committee. Mr. Speaker, sir, I know many colleagues have actually conversed on this matter. And I think I would also want to add my voice. 70% of the people who have been sent in this house, we have been sent by farmers. If we cannot speak and improve the agricultural subsector, there's no way we can grow our economy. There is no way we can say that we are taking Kenya to, I think, the levels of Singapore, or take it to a faster world, if we cannot improve our agriculture. Because, Mr. Speaker, sir, you yourself come from Bomet. You know, Bomet is a leading county in production of milk. If your farmers cannot access market, milk is extremely perishable, and they cannot access a market for their milk, it does not matter how much they produce. It will not be important, and it will not be helpful. The utility of that milk to the farmer will be very low. It is the same case, especially for those who are unfortunate to produce perishable products, Honorable Speaker. Just the other day, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, Mr. Speaker, I was very saddened, extremely saddened, that a farmer has done so much work. They have taken care of their cow. They have taken milks to the collection points, but vehicles cannot leave deep places like Shamata in Nyandarua, a leading producer of milk, just because the roads are in very bad state. This is something that should not happen in a country that speaks of taking off or going to the next level. There's no way, Mr. Speaker, we shall go to the next level where, when I was growing up, we were pushing tractors so that they can be able to make it to the collection points. And that same story is happening 25 years after we were pushing them that time. But I want to congratulate the Committee on Agriculture, more specifically on this coffee bill, and this mediated version of the coffee bill, Mr. Speaker, because it will be one step at a time, one crop at a time. We may not be able to address all of them at a go, but if we address one, then we shall not be addressing it next time we are dealing with the next bill, Honorable Speaker. That is why I'm very encouraged that if you're done with the coffee today, Mr. Speaker, I know tomorrow, I'm sure the Chairman Committee of Agriculture is aware that we have a draft of the potato bill, Mr. Speaker, which was introduced in this House by our first Senator, the Honorable Engineer Muriuki Karue, on this House, Mr. Speaker, and it was passed in the Senate, but unfortunately, it didn't see the light of the day at the National Assembly, Mr. Speaker. But we shall keep conversing, we shall keep working, we shall keep pushing, because, Mr. Speaker, if we cannot fix our agriculture, we shall not take any pride in having served the people of Kenya the way we are supposed to serve them, Mr. Speaker. Ask yourself, as you sit on that chair, Mr. Speaker, were it not for agriculture, how would our parents have taken care of us? How would our parents have taken care of us, Mr. Speaker? Most of them not learned. Most of them never got an opportunity to work in white-collar jobs, Mr. Speaker. My mother, I think, she tells me that she was not able to go past CPE of those days, Mr. Speaker. So therefore, they could not be able to achieve, and they could not be able to get white-collar jobs, Mr. Speaker. They have been able to take care of many children. I wish Senator Thangwa was here. Senator Thangwa will tell you that he's number 13 in a family of 13, and they have been brought up by their mother just because their mother had a few coffee bushes at home, Madam Speaker. So therefore, it tells you that if we improve on agriculture, we shall be able to build our economy, we shall be able to take care of our families, and we shall be able to move, Honorable Speaker. And obviously, you also know that this space is the space that employs most of the people, Honorable Speaker. Not of us who go to insurance, banking, and those kind of jobs, Honorable Speaker. Most of the people who end up in either production or even value addition of agricultural products, Honorable Speaker. So, Senator Wakoli and your team, congratulations. This is what we would want, and these are the debates that should actually take priority. And I'm very happy that it was there the first time, and we are debating on it now. It's unfortunate that maybe because we are just about to get to 6:30, we may not be able to vote like the National Assembly. But we shall have given our best. It was just introduced now, and we are speaking about it, Honorable Speaker. So just going to the substance of what I've seen in this particular bill, there is one component that I'm very, very, very encouraged and happy to speak about, that is found on Clause 2, Honorable Speaker, that county governments will collect, collate, and maintain a database to ensure there is ease of access of information on the coffee industry. Because, Honorable Speaker, what we suffer from, and it has been spoken aptly about by Senator Mungatana, sometimes is research, Honorable Speaker. There is no way, Honorable Speaker, in this time and era, we can be moving haphazardly. We don't know what coffee grows where, which quality grows where, how can we improve on the quality of coffee or any other product, Honorable Speaker. You know, Mr. Speaker, sir, since maybe the year 2000, that's like 25 years ago, the quality or the most celebrated or the quality of potatoes that is grown in most of the potato growing industries, potato growing counties, Honorable Speaker, is a potato brand that is called Shangi. For 25 years, we have never improved that brand. Initially, it was producing enough yields, Honorable Speaker. But as time goes by, as the acidity of the soil continues rising, obviously the yield and the harvest goes down. If we don't invest in research, Honorable Speaker, we shall not be able to move, and we shall not be able to advise our farmers correctly, and we shall not be able to supply, and we shall not be able to empower our farmers if we don't invest in research. It's just now that the Chair Committee on Agriculture, we were consulting with him, and he tells me that on a certain research, and I don't want to delve in that matter because it is a matter that is before his committee, that a certain research was carried out, including in your county in Bomet, Honorable Speaker, about the quality of potatoes that we produce. And, Honorable Speaker, the county governments are not aware. How, Mr. Speaker, do we intend to improve on quality if we do not corroborate our universities who have the tools of research in helping us do research and in helping us develop and get to understand how the quality of seeds that we are planting, the quality of produces that we are producing. So, Mr. Speaker, you just find it in a sensational newspaper item. I'm sure you are also shocked to see that farmers from Yadarwa, farmers from Bomet are selling poison to the rest of the people of Kenya. First of all, Mr. Speaker, if there are juicy and catchy issues that are included there that are very misleading. I went to that committee and I gave my evidence. Mr. Speaker, sir, I know my people. I am a farmer. I produce potatoes, Honorable Speaker. And the potatoes that I eat at home are the same potatoes that I sell. I don't have a separate kitchen garden that I plant potatoes to sell and another small garden that I plant potatoes for my own consumption. And it is the same case for every farmer in Nyandarua. And I believe it's the same case for every farmer in Bomet. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, how do we verify a farmer who has done everything that they can to feed the nation, only that maybe the pesticides that they are using, maybe they don't know of the effects of that pesticide, Honorable Speaker. Where does the farmer come in? How is the farmer supposed to know that it is this? All these brands have been approved by government. I have gone to an agrovet. I've bought this brand so that I can fight this insect. Then after I've grown my crop, somebody comes and says that I'm feeding. That is being extremely unfair, Mr. Speaker, to that farmer. Because that farmer has done, there's no shortcut. For the time that I've been a potato farmer, we grow potatoes for 4 months. There's no one time that we have had a pesticide that has helped us to grow potatoes in 4 months, so that we can say that at least we are getting any advantage by being said to sell poison. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, we must push for research and also push for innovation. We cannot continue doing the old system of crop production and expect different results or expect higher yields, Honorable Speaker. So therefore, this is an extremely good inclusion. And on this matter of research, Honorable Speaker, it will help even governments, be it the national government, be it the county government, in their planning and in terms of allocation of resources, Honorable Speaker. I sometimes wonder, how is it that you see a governor of a county, this year they are saying that this is our project. Next year they have abandoned this project. They have gone to another project. Mr. Speaker, sir, there is a cure that was provided for in the County Governments Act. The cure was that a county government has a county integrated development plan that is supposed to run for 5 years. And out of that county integrated development plan, CIDP, is where they also get the ADP, the annual development plan. So you align your ADP with the CIDP. This is, and you know, Mr. Speaker, there is a big input by the citizens in formulation of the CIDP. Because you go to the citizen and you ask them, what do you think are your priorities? And you write them in your 5-year term. And I mean, you just say that in this area, this is what we want. In this area, this is what we want. In agriculture, this is what we want. And so you have your 5-year plan of how you want to run that county. So midway. Now, like, for example, if I was to give you an example, Speaker, of the county that I come from, in the first year, the county government was now giving super napier to farmers so that we can improve on animal feeds, 12.5 million. Well, I can't say that I've seen it very successful, but be it as it may, that is such a good thought. But on the second year, instead of building on what we have started, on the second year now we started growing apples. In my mother tongue, I don't know whether that Eduku will help me because he also understands my mother tongue. It's called kafagoho. So I don't know whether that kafagoho is the apple, but I think it's the family of the apples, Honorable Speaker. Another 12.5 million. Instead of building on this now new project that the governor has now decided that we are now not done with the super napier, now we have gone to apples. So instead of going to that year and build on what we have done, we now have abandoned the 12.5 million for super napier. We have abandoned the 12.5 for apples. Now there is something that they're calling crop promotion. And I heard from the governor, because he was speaking in the county assembly yesterday, that we now have a new revelation that Nyandarua is actually doing very well and can do very well in terms of coffee production. First, Mr. Speaker, we have never produced coffee. And I would be very happy if Nyandarua would be said to produce coffee. But Mr. Speaker, whatever we say must be backed up by facts. There must have been some research that informs why we actually believe that coffee can actually grow in Nyandarua. We cannot just say because coffee grows in Laikipia, it can grow in Nyandarua. Just because we are neighboring, because we neighbor Laikipia. You know, some people are saying it is growing in Laikipia. Mr. Speaker, sir, you know the reason why, you know, the places that are very cold, many places that are very cold do well in production of tea. But you actually know that Kinangop is very cold. And we have never grown tea, Mr. Speaker. We have always been growing potatoes. There must have been a reason why the potatoes were taken to Nyandarua and tea was taken to Kericho, whereas both places are very cold. Mr. Speaker, these sensational statements that you keep making, they must be backed by research. There must have been some research that informs your decision on saying that we now want to start growing coffee. Because we would also want, Mr. Speaker, by the way, it's not that we would not want to, build, to grow these crops that give quick money. You know, last week I was in Mbere. You, of course, know what I was doing in Mbere. And I don't want to advance that story. Because I know many people will be very uncomfortable if I tell you what I saw in Mbere. That is a story that I will also that I'll tell in the days to come. But I actually saw in Senator Mundigi's place, they grow something that is called mooka. A small piece of land of 1 acre, somebody is harvesting like 30 kilos of mooka every day, and they are selling it at 1,000 per kilo. That is 30,000 every day in 1 acre. If we can be able to get that kind of money in Nyandarua, Mr. Speaker, we cannot, it's not that we also want to plant potatoes and if people buy it at 1,200. We also want to grow mooka if it can grow in Nyandarua so that all of us can then eat mooka. If mooka is what will give our farmers money, Mr. Speaker, that is what we would want to grow. I see my time really moves. Sometimes I used to actually think that time moves faster when I'm speaking, but I confirmed that it is my thoughts that are always very, very, very broad. Maybe finally, as I also wind up, Mr. Speaker, the board shall, in collaboration with the respective county governments, establish capping centers in the counties for purposes of conducting coffee quality and capacity building. Honorable Speaker, you know, coffee, as it is, you get more money when you have better quality. So therefore, even the farmers should be able to be advised. Having tested your soil, this quality of coffee can actually grow on your soil so that you can actually grow coffee that is of very high quality. Because if you tell, for example, the farmers in Nyandarua to grow coffee, which coffee are we growing? Are we growing Arabic? Are we growing Arabica? Or are we growing, I mean, which brand of coffee are we growing? Or we are just taking coffee bushes and grow them just for the sake of it, Mr. Speaker. So therefore, in terms of quality, the board should be able to advise on the quality of coffee that we are doing. Maybe finally, Mr. Speaker, in terms of continuity of what we do in government, because that is also something systemic that hurts our development as a country, Mr. Speaker. I'll give you case and point and an example. When President Uhuru Kenyatta was leaving office, he built a potato cold storage, which is approximately 60,000 metric tons in North Kalau. By the time he was leaving office, it was actually complete. It was commissioned and launched by President William Ruto in December of the year that he was elected in 2022. But you know, Mr. Speaker, the sad part is that not even one crate of potatoes has ever been frozen in that cold room, Mr. Speaker. That thing now remains as a white elephant, 600 million. And you know, Mr. Speaker, the day that he was actually launching it, there were potatoes inside. But you know, the way, and I don't want to blame him because I don't think it is him who had brought the potatoes. But by the time he left, if he was flying to Nairobi, the potatoes have already made their way back to where they have been taken from in the Orkarao market. Because, Mr. Speaker, by the time he got to Nairobi, the place had been closed. And to this minute, 3 years later, nothing has ever been done on that particular. And it is complete. It was being commissioned because it is complete. And it has costed 600 million. And it's not only that 600 million. Because there are other finances, government finances that have been used. There is a tarmac that goes to that particular facility. That tarmac has costed taxpayers money. Mr. Speaker, how do you imagine the people feel when they see such kind of a facility and it does not help them? You can imagine 60,000 metric tons of potatoes. You know the reason why people buy our potatoes at throwaway price is because they are highly perishable. You can't keep them at home. It's not like the people from the other places that grow maize. So you can hold your maize and sell it when the prices improve. For potatoes, you have to sell them because in 2, 3, 4, 5 days, they are going bad, Mr. Speaker. So a facility of a cold room was meant to help our people so that once you put your potatoes there, they can wait until you can get, you can get good prices in the market, Honorable Speaker. There is another white elephant that is at my place called Midland. Just the other day, you know, the way the president speaks, he said that he wants now to help the people of Jambini by building the County Aggregation Industrial Park. He was there and it was launched. A very big ceremony, Honorable Speaker. I see the way you're looking at this red light. I know you want me to finish. But, Mr. Speaker, just to disappoint you, after he left, the trenches that were dug when President William Ruto was in Jabini for the launch of the County Aggregation Industrial Park, nothing has happened to this minute. And he can't blame the county because he was supposed to first give us his 250 million. Even if the county had not done anything, at least we'll be seeing anything, something moving up, and we'll say maybe the final, the finishing of that particular facility will be done by the county honorable speaker. So therefore, we must be serious to our farmers. We cannot just keep speaking. We cannot just come and sensationalize people. Come and tell the people that now, the people of Nyandarua, your challenge has been...
Senator Methu, your time is up, and thank you for your contribution. Now, honorable members, there is no other member who wishes to contribute to this motion. I therefore call upon the mover, Senate Majority Whip, Senator Wafula, to reply.